August 18, 1948. Los Angeles finds itself in the middle of a bloody mafia war, the likes of which the city has never witnessed. Unlike the structured families ruling New York or Chicago, Los Angeles has remained somewhat of an open field. But now, wise guys and gangsters are exchanging gunfire in broad daylight, Tommy guns blazing as they hang off the backs of cars, fighting for absolute control over the city's criminal underbelly. From gambling and labor unions tied to Hollywood studios to protection rackets, prostitution rings, and high-profile heists, the stakes couldn't be higher. At the center of it all, Mickey Cohen, a pint-sized, ruthless enforcer-turned-boss, whose name would go down in infamy as one of the most flamboyant and notorious gangsters in American history. The Wild West of organized crime. Los Angeles was unlike other mob-dominated cities. It lacked a deeply rooted, top-level crime family controlling everything. While criminals operated during Prohibition, the city remained loosely governed by independent racketeers. Unlike New York and Chicago, where powerful syndicates like the Five Families and the Chicago Outfit dictated the underworld's rules, Los Angeles had a fragmented landscape where bootleggers, bookmakers, and pimps operated with minimal oversight. The National Syndicate, however, had plans to change that, and in the late 1930s, they sent Benjamin Bugsy Siegel to bring order to the chaos. Siegel, a charismatic but ruthless gangster from Brooklyn, had earned a reputation as one of the most violent enforcers in the mob world. His connections to Meyer Lansky and Lucky Luciano gave him the backing to take over Los Angeles and integrate it into the larger national criminal network. But not everyone welcomed him with open arms. Jack Dragna, a Sicilian mafia boss who had some sway with New York's power players, had been operating in LA long before Siegel arrived. Dragna, a traditional mafioso, had built his criminal empire quietly, maintaining relationships with East Coast dons, but lacking the firepower or organizational strength to rival the likes of Capone or Luciano. Though Dragna had to concede some power, he was never thrilled about being sidelined. Then, in 1947, Siegel made a fatal mistake playing too loosely with the syndicate's money in Las Vegas. His mismanagement of the Flamingo Hotel, a project intended to establish organized crime's control over Vegas, led to enormous financial losses. Suspicions arose that Siegel was skimming funds, and his defiance of mob bosses sealed his fate. One sniper bullet through the eye, fired through the window of his Beverly Hills home, ended his reign. His right-hand man, Mickey Cohen, took control of the empire Siegel left behind, bringing a more aggressive, flamboyant, and chaotic energy to LA's underworld. Mickey Cohen, the Hollywood celebrity gangster. Standing at just 5'5", Mickey Cohen was a fierce hustler from childhood. Raised in the rough streets of Brownsville, Brooklyn, before moving to Los Angeles, he learned the art of the con early. As a teenager, he became involved in petty crimes, including mugging, pickpocketing, and running errands for local Jewish gangsters. His early years as a professional boxer honed his street fighting skills, but it was his quick thinking and ruthless ambition that set him apart. He boxed professionally, ran numbers, orchestrated heists, and quickly climbed the criminal ladder. His connection to Meyer Lansky and Bugsy Siegel provided him with opportunities to oversee lucrative illegal operations in LA, ranging from gambling dens and bookmaking to narcotics and protection rackets. What set Mickey apart was his flair for the dramatic. He loved luxury gambling, starlets, high-end fashion, and fine dining. His suits were custom-made, often costing thousands of dollars, and he spent lavishly on women, cars, and real estate. But most of all, he loved power. His operations were vast, encompassing everything from gambling dens and extortion rackets to controlling labor unions and smuggling. Unlike the secretive East Coast mobsters, Mickey embraced the spotlight, earning him the nickname the Hollywood celebrity gangster. He frequently appeared in newspapers, gave interviews, and even challenged the police openly. Rubbing shoulders with Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., and even political figures like Richard Nixon, Cohen cultivated an image of a businessman while running Los Angeles' underworld with an iron fist. He understood the power of public relations, often donating to charities and claiming he was just a misunderstood entrepreneur. However, this notoriety also made him a prime target. The press coverage made law enforcement and political figures eager to bring him down, while rival gangsters saw him as a dangerous liability. The war against Dragna. Jack Dragna was determined to oust Mickey. The first serious attempt on Cohen's life came outside his own haberdashery shop when Dragna's hit squad, including the feared gunman Frank the Bomb Pompanciero, opened fire on Mickey's crew. While Cohen survived by sheer luck, His bodyguard Huki Rothman wasn't as fortunate. More assassination attempts followed, some involving World War II, explosives planted near Mickey's house. But Cohen was resilient. He upgraded his security with bulletproof doors, armored cars, and an army of personal guards. Even attempts to bomb his home often failed or were botched, leading to more public ridicule of Dragna's incompetence. By the late 1940s, as La's Mafia war raged on, law enforcement faced mounting pressure to act. Some cops were in Cohen's pocket, while others pursued him relentlessly. But even when arrested, Mickey always managed to walk free until the government found the one charge that mobsters always struggled to escape: tax evasion. The tax man comes calling in 1950. The Senate Select Committee on Organized Crime finally put the national spotlight on the mafia. Mickey Cohen's extravagant lifestyle didn't help his case. His restaurants, clubs, and Hollywood connections only made him a bigger target. By 1951, Cohen was charged and convicted for tax evasion, the same method used to take down Al Capone. He was sentenced to 5 years in Alcatraz. Despite his incarceration, his legend only grew. Even behind bars, Cohen maintained influence. When he was released in 1955, he tried to present himself as a reformed businessman, but his old habits proved hard to break. He was soon back in the mix, engaging in lawsuits, high-profile feuds, and even serving as a liaison for politicians. The final years, a decline in power. Mickey Cohen's second stint in prison came in 1961, again for tax evasion. This time, he was sent to a federal penitentiary in Atlanta, where he suffered a brutal attack that left him with permanent brain damage. Despite this, he refused to cooperate with authorities, maintaining his defiant persona until his release in 1972. By then, Cohen was no longer the feared gangster of the Sunset Strip. The world had moved on, organized crime had changed, and Mickey had lost his grip. However, he remained a beloved figure among celebrities and journalists. He even helped locate Patricia Hearst after her kidnapping, though he ultimately stepped back from the case. Mickey Cohen died in 1976 of stomach cancer, but his legacy lives on. From film noir depictions to LA's cultural folklore, his influence is still felt in tales of Hollywood's golden age and the brutal underworld that lurked beneath its glamorous surface. The lasting impact of Mickey Cohen. Mickey Cohen's story is a reminder of the unique nature of organized crime in Los Angeles. Unlike the rigidly structured mafia families of the East Coast, Los Angeles' criminal world was more fluid, chaotic, and filled with characters like Cohen larger-than-life figures who blurred the lines between crime, entertainment, and politics. His story also underscores a broader theme. No matter how powerful a gangster becomes, the law, or more precisely, the IRS, always finds a way to bring them down. Mickey played the game better than most, but even he couldn't outrun the long arm of the government forever. Today, Cohen's life continues to fascinate historians, filmmakers, and crime enthusiasts alike. He was more than just a gangster. He was a symbol of an era when crime, Hollywood, and politics intertwined in ways that still shape the city's identity. And as long as Los Angeles thrives on legends, Mickey Cohen's name will never be forgotten. And that's the story of Mickey Cohen, Hollywood's most infamous gangster. If you enjoyed this deep dive into his life and legacy, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments what you think about Mickey Cohen. Was he a mastermind or just another thug? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.